this, episode 21, The Odyssey of Death. And it's your boy Icon with some DC TV. There is a lot of death going on in this week of DC television, and we will get to the Flash later. But now we're talking about Young Justice, and it's the final arc of Rocket's storyline, and you know the whole thing with the new gods and the new Genesis and blah blah blah. So in our last episode, it takes place where Morbius, was it Morbius? The dude in the chair, I forget his name. The dude in the chair, he realized that what was the dude, like General Lor-Zod, the other guy, and Malafak. Like the three of them, they all got together. They were trying to get his phantom projector, and at the end, like, you know, the third dude, like, he ended up getting the phantom projector, but the three of them were like injured and they were damaged, and their time spear was damaged. They go back to New Genesis with the attempt to try to fix it. They come to the conclusion that they can't fix it, and then that the spear is broken. But then, you know, that's when Lor-Zod, he was like, screw it. He said, we'll find the necessary power on this planet to power the projector, and we're gonna get my daddy and my mama. Well, I thought it was his daddy and his mama, but he's like, we're gonna get my parents out of the Phantom Zone. So then that's when, like, you know, like the dude in the chair, he shows up. He talks to the Green Lanterns, he talks to Rocket and everybody. He's like, oh, we must hurry up and show up, because he was like, Lor-Zod is about to release Kryptonians all over the galaxy and blah blah blah. So everybody gets together. They go to try to stop him. They pair up into certain teams, and they spread out across the planet to try to find him. Coincidentally, Rocket and Orion, their team, along with Tomar-Re, the three of them, they're the ones who actually found, like, Lor-Zod. So when Lor-Zod saw him, then this big fight happens, and then Malafak, he ends up fighting, like, Rocket, and then he does, like, his mental mind-blasting mumbo-jumbo on Rocket and on Orion, because, Orion is Darkseid daddy. I mean, he's Darkseid's son, so he starts wigging out. And then Tomar-Re, this was interesting, because Tomar-Re, we found out a few episodes back that he was the person that was in charge of the sector of Krypton. And he said that he was friends with the House of El, but he always took it personal, like his greatest failure, that he couldn't save Krypton. So because General Lor-Zod, because he was trying to use the energy from New Genesis to power the machine so he can get his dad out of the Phantom Zone, it ended up like creating like this catastrophic event that was probably going to destroy the planet on the New Gods. So that's when Tomar-Re felt like this was his chance to try to like avenge the wrong that happened back with Krypton. So he uses his power. He tries to like siphon all the energy off into space. Lor-Zod sees him. He ends up shooting his laser beams through his chest, and then he killed Tomar-Re. And I was legitimately shocked because I didn't think they'd kill Tomar-Re, but he gone. So, and then of course, in the true Green Lantern lore, once he's gone, the ring removes itself from his body and it seeks to find a new host. The Foragers, they were being blasted by a mother box, and while they were being blasted by the mother box, I don't know why the ring chose the girl Forager over the boy Forager, because the boy Forager, who is the artist formerly known as Fred Bug with 2 G's, he's been on the show for about 2 years now. So from a standpoint of character development or us getting to know the character, it would have made perfect sense for him to have the ring, but instead it chose the girl. And we just met her like yesterday. So it chooses the female Forager. She says the oath, beware Forager's power, and then she becomes the new Green Lantern, taking over for Tomar-Re. After that, now Rocket, she's ended up talking to Orion, and then she ends up like calming Orion down, and then she's like, I see you, Orion, and then she breaks through to him, and he's no longer like angry, he's no longer upset. Now, at this point, Lor-Zod had got the Phantom Zone projector to work, and he actually built the portal to try to track down the energy of his parents. Now, this was very interesting, because the Phantom Zone projector literally asked him who's he looking for. There were so many Kryptonians inside the Phantom Zone. He could have said, I'm looking for my mom and I'm looking for my dad, like Lor-Zod. For some reason, he chose to not save his mama. He just told the Phantom Projector to go get his daddy. And I feel like that's going to mean something later, because I don't understand why he would have that option on the table and not pick both of his parents. He just chose his dad. So then when the beam was on like General Zod and it was pulling General Zod out, other Kryptonians kept trying to jump on the beam, and they kept trying to go out there too, but it wasn't working because the DNA thing was only set for like General Zod. Superboy tried to pull him out of the thing. Superboy tried to save. I don't know if he thought the beam was hurting him, but Superboy tried to pull him out of the thing, but then the beam didn't affect Superboy, and then General Zod was just like, the beam doesn't affect you because you weren't placed here by the Phantom Zone projector, so it doesn't have your DNA, so it can't prevent you from coming in because it doesn't recognize you. And we were that close to getting Superboy out of the Phantom Zone, and Wally as well, but it didn't work. And then that's when the Bioship showed up, which had Kid Flash and the 2 members of the Legion of Superheroes. They blasted the Phantom Zone projector and blew it to Kingdom Come, and Rocket caught that. Rocket saw the Bioship in the air. She saw the beams come out of the Bioship. So now she's all confused, like she don't know what's going on. But then General Zod, Lor-Zod, because Lor-Zod has X-ray vision, he saw the Bioship in the sky. And then when they destroyed the Phantom Zone projector, and then General Zod and Superboy didn't make it through, one of the members of the Legion of Superheroes, she felt Saturn Girl in the portal. She saw her in the portal, like, you know, through her like psychic connection. And then right before like the portal closed, she was able to wake Saturn Girl up. So Saturn Girl's up now. And now that Saturn Girl's awake, I'm assuming she's going to talk to Superboy. And she's going to be the person that helps Connor snap out of his, like, Phantom Zone disease thingy that he's going through. So Saturn Girl's awake finally, but the portal closed. But at least now they know, I mean, well, not everybody knows. Like, only, like, the Legion and Kid Flash. Like, Kid Flash knows that he's in there. Like, Bart knows that he's in there. So hopefully Bart will tell the rest of the team. But, when Lor-Zod saw, you know, when he saw the whole thing with the Bioship, he actually blew a hole in the Bioship, and then he busted through. He grabbed the Psychic by the head, and he was like, get us out of here or I'll snap, you know, her neck. So Malifaux and like Lor-Zod, like they escaped on the Bioship. They ended up getting the third person who was with them, like the Green Lantern Corps, like captured him. And you know, the Phantom Zone is closed now, so Lor-Zod's not coming out, but we missed the opportunity. General Zod's not coming out, but we did miss the opportunity to save Superboy. So then after that was over, then everybody like mourned Tomar Ray's death. And then, you know, it was very sad. And then the Foragers, they said goodbye to each other because, you know, like she's going for Green Lantern training. And then like Foragers going back to Earth. Rocket and Orion had like a nice little conversation where he thanked her for seeing who he really was inside. And it made Rocket think about the situation with her son. And then like Morbius, like the dude in the chair, he, Metron. Is it Metron? It's Morbius. I don't know why I'm calling him Morbius. I think his name is Metron. So Metron, he ends up taking the broken time spear. And he was like, oh, it's a pitiful substitute for not having the projector. And you know, like he's all like snooty and shit, but then he takes his projector, and then they sign the treaty, so Rocket achieved that goal, and now everybody's going back to Earth, you know, to their respective places, so they can eventually team up, so they can take down, you know, like Lor-Zod, you know, and like in the whole shebang. And then that's when, you know, Rocket, she went back home, and then she hugged her son, and that was pretty much it. And honestly, like, I'm a little disappointed in the storyline involving her son because it literally went absolutely nowhere. Like, I thought the fact that her son, he was on the spectrum because he was special needs, I thought that was going to mean something as far as like the story arc is concerned, but it was really just about Rocket like not accepting the fact that she has a special needs child. And then at the end, she ended up accepting it, and it was just like, okay, that's it. I mean, it was one of those, I guess they just needed something for her to have a struggle about during her story arc, because to be honest, the fact that she has an autistic son, it did nothing for the plot of the storyline, and it wouldn't have affected the story either way. But like I said, I guess they just felt to do something because she needed some sort of like, you know, like emotional crisis, you know, to go forward with this whole big thing. Then it takes us to Zatanna. Zatanna has now donned the Helmet of Fate. You know, it's her week to don the Helmet of Fate. So it went, the Indian kid went first, and then 13 went, and then her daddy went again, and then now it's her turn. So now Zatanna, she has the Helmet of Fate. And earlier in the episode, Madame Xanadu, she was trying to find Kaldar's spirit, and she couldn't find the spirit of Calderon, you know, of Connor Kent. But then she was just like, I need more juice. She's like, I don't have the power. So then her, along with Zatanna, they get all the magical people together to try to come together in the Tower of Fate, and they try to find Connor's spirit. But then, you know, despite having all that magic and all that power, they still couldn't find Connor's spirit. And then that's when it hit Zatanna. She said that if we can't find him, that means it's not going to take magic that's going to solve this mystery. She said, what I need to find Connor Kent is a detective. Welcome to the Nightwing story arc. So Zatanna's going to go to Nightwing, and I swear I'm going to die if there's a scene, because, you know, Zatanna and Nightwing used to date, but he's currently dating Barbara. If there's a scene where Dick and Barbara are in their apartment together, and Zatanna shows up to try to ask Dick to do her a favor, Barbara's gonna lose her shit, and I'm gonna be all over that one. But that's where this is headed, because Nightwing's the only character left. and he's a detective. So and it's Superboy. So they're gonna bring in Nightwing to try to locate Superboy, and then we're gonna find Superboy, and then when we get ready to pull Superboy out of the Phantom Zone, we're gonna accidentally pull the Zods out of the Phantom Zone, and then we're gonna pull Wally out as well, and it's gonna be this whole big thing with Artemis, who's gonna break up with her boyfriend, and it's gonna be a big mess. But I'm looking forward to these final 5 episodes of Young Justice because the season has been awesome so far, and I'm digging it, and I'm waiting for more. And thank you for tuning in. So now, like I said, the Rocket storyline was good. I just wish it was focused a little bit more on Rocket. But it's cool to see that we have a new Green Lantern and to see all the moving parts, to see like Lor-Zod and to see where this whole storyline is going, because like Lor-Zod's been behind all of this from like day one from Jump Street. So it'd be interesting to see how all the storylines tie together and whether or not the Nightwing storyline gets 4 episodes or does it get 5 to lead into the season finale. So like I said, so check me out on Twitter, check me out on Instagram, share your comments on YouTube down below. Let me know what you think about this particular episode. Let me know what you think about the Rocket story arc in general, where you things go from here, how it all ties in, and where we go in the finale. Check out the Tacos and Geek Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. The Tacos and Geek Podcast. We are back with myself, Sean, Justin, and Nadya, where we're talking about all things Marvel and DC. We're talking about that Moonknight collectively. We're talking about the CW sale of the Arrowverse, and we're also talking about the greatest movies and the worst movies of all time. Link will be in the description for everybody to check that out. One of the best podcasts we've done so far, and I'm definitely looking forward to hearing your feedback. So again, check out my other reviews because we got Superman and Lois coming up on the channel. We got The Flash, we got Naomi, and we have the season finale of Moonknight. So until next time, for the Nightwing story arc, which I'm excited about for some Young Justice action, take care, and I'm out this...